everyone. I'm going to be doing a Bark River 3 review. I purchased this knife about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and I've searched YouTube and I haven't seen too many reviews on it, so we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. I'm a knife entrepreneur, not an expert. So yeah, let's jump right into it. This is the Bravo 3. I'm going to take it out of the sheath. First I'm going to review the sheath, and I'm going to review the knife. There's not too much to say about this sheath. This is a standard, great Bark River sheath. It's sturdy. It's gonna wear well. I love the holes for the 550 cord. It's stitched tight, real tight. I've had problems before with this latch being a little too short. I've had to stretch it. This comes and clips in perfectly. The retention is fantastic. Let's get an example of that. Well, come on. Clip right in. No give. It's not going to fall out. It doesn't, move back and forth like that. It fits in well, and it's got your standard flintlock. The belt loop is nice and large. Any sort of belt you want in there, it's going to work out. So this is a great sheath, basic Bark River sheath, and yeah. So let's move on to the actual knife. This is the Bark River Bravo 3 knife. Fantastic knife. I love big knives. I've handled the RTAC 2 and the Becker BK9, and that's about it. I haven't handled any UCs or any of the other ones. I handled an ESEE Junglist, and throughout all those, this is my favorite currently. Let's talk about the actual specs here. So, blade length, huge, 11.6 inches from here to here. You can see 11.6. The cutting edge length, 10.9 inches. The blade steel is CPM 3V, and it's hardened to 58 to 60 Rockwell. If you can see how thick this is the thickest knife I have ever had. It is super thick at 0.275 inches. Crazy. I want to compare this to something. I have actually Bark River Bravo 1. I wanted to compare this to. And so yeah, it's super thick. The steel is amazing. CPM 3V steel is the super steel, right? So it's almost just like A2 steel, but just a bit better. So yeah, the 3V, and it's just a thick slab. It's indestructible. Okay, so I'm gonna give you. I've handled this a little bit. I've cut a few logs, swung it around a little bit. That's about it. I've just been kind of handling it, see how it's felt in my hands, and we're gonna go from there. So I'm actually gonna start with my favorite part. I'm cutting this into two different sections: the blade and the handle, because I have two different opinions on that. So let's talk about the blade first. Let's get a good close-up of that. So again, this is 11.6 inch blade. In my opinion, it kind of curves down like this, so the weight's going to come on this part of the blade. It's balanced really well, and its length, in my opinion, is perfect. You want a long and big knife, that's what you're looking for. This is it. Amazing length. I would, in my scale, the choil, huge, perfect, amazing choil. The Bark River knives are always a bit sharp on these edges a little bit, so I've been thinking about taping it with some tennis tape, tennis grip tape, whatever, to get a better grip so it doesn't cut my finger while I'm swinging. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for the blade. I think this is the best blade I've ever seen. It's really nice. It handles well. It swings well. Handles like a small knife. medium-sized knife. But I like that a lot. And that's my pro. That's the best. This is my favorite right here. 10 out of 10. I've never seen anything better than this. And just for this part, I say buy it. This part though, the handle, my con comes here. The handle is a Bravo 1 handle. Basically, it's a basic, like what you would get with the Bravo 1. It's I have about medium size hands. I don't have super large hands. If you measured my hand from pinky to thumb, it's about 8 inches. Right? From index to my wrist, about 8 inches. Medium hands, medium almost to large hands. And when I grab this, just the handle, my grip, it just fits. I mean, it's snug, like a snug fit glove, right in there. That's good in my opinion, bad in my opinion. Good because it fits, bad because I have no room for sliding. If I handle this for a long time, I could see myself getting blisters because I'm always going to rub right here, or I'm always hitting this part with my hand. And because of that, this handle I'm not super impressed with. I actually don't like this handle a lot. I think the RTAC 2 for a big knife has the best handle. I think if you took this blade and you put an RTAC 2 handle on there with the choil, boom. I mean, it'd be incredible. It would be probably the best large knife ever made, hands down. But unfortunately, that's not the truth. So given that, I think, just as a fun fact, when Bark River was first deciding to make these Bravo 3s, if you want, let's get a picture of this. They actually were going to make the handle bigger. If you could see the Bravo 1 handle, 1.5 and Bravo 2 handles, they're all the same. And then when you get to the Bravo 3, they enlarge it. And that's what they're originally going to do. And yes, that's what I would have wanted. But I guess for cost reasons and whatever sort of reasons they had to stick with putting the Bravo 1 handle on a large knife like this. So it works. It works, in my opinion, only because of the choil. If the choil wasn't there, don't buy the knife at all. It's just too small of a handle and too big of a blade. It would hurt coming forward. It would hurt your wrist too much. So yeah. So when I hold on to this knife, I grab right here. I grab the choil, and I usually wear gloves. With gloves, it's really nice. I grab right here in the choil, right there, and that's how I'm gonna hold the knife. And then I have a little bit of play, and this, the stopping power, so my hand's not gonna go forward. It's not gonna come back. Boom. I'm gonna be able to chop really well, handle it, do whatever I want to do, and it works well. Just fits. Yeah, that's good. With the choil, that works out perfectly. I like it a lot. So handle, honestly, with the type of blade you're working with, this handle. Let's get a white contrast. This handle, 4 out of 10. Because of how big the blade is. It just doesn't work well with the blade. Blade and choil, 10 out of 10. Everything together, in my opinion, 8 out of 10. It's but the knife could have been just so much more amazing with what they were going to do originally. Could have been a 12 out of 10 with a bigger handle. It could have been. And so right now it's almost like a Ferrari with shitty tires. Okay, so that's my pro. Love the blade. Thickness is the thickest blade you can get. Handle is a bit small, but with the choil, it works out. Sharpness. Dude, it's sharp. Came out of the box. I chopped with it a few times. Whoops, that's not a good one. I chopped with it a few times. cuts paper well. 3V holds an edge really, really well. I'm going to use this actually. I'm going to chop some wood, and then we're going to end it. All right? Let's do it.